I've always had a loud, boisterous personality, but it took my whole life for me to figure out how to tame myself.
Right.
Because you ain't got to be loud all the time. You ain't got to be like, it's all about me. Hey, I'm here. Like, sometimes your light could be so bright that it burn people.
Welcome to the Breakthrough Podcast with your host, Reba Hobbs, a podcast motivated to help survivors of trauma heal and focus on their full potential.
Welcome to another edition of the Breakthrough Podcast, and I just thank you for joining us one more time. Thank you for my listeners and my subscribers. And as you see, I have a guest here, but before we even get into my guest and who she is and all about her, I want to say, make sure you like and share and subscribe on YouTube, because we are on YouTube. This is our second week, so we on YouTube now. So it's just not audio, it's just not on Anchor, Spotify for listeners, podcasts, or whatever you want to say, whatever you listen to. Let's get our YouTube numbers up, because that's more important right now, because we're trying to get back. We had our platform on YouTube before, so we're trying to get our numbers back up. With that being said, y'all know how I start off the podcast, what we're grateful for. And since I have my special guest, before I introduce her, I am going to ask her what she's grateful for. Then I go off, and then we'll just go from there. So usually when I start my podcast, God told me at the beginning of this year to start trying to be more transparent about what I'm going through, instead of waiting to things I used in the past. I would wait it a long time, like, I'm not ready to release that, I'm not ready to release that, I'm not ready to talk about that. But God told me, no, you need to dig deeper and go more transparent on your podcast. So what I started doing is I started saying what I'm grateful for in the beginning of the podcast, which leads to the podcast.
Got you.
So
All
you
right.
can go.
Okay, how many things I got to say?
You can say whatever you want to say.
I'm grateful for so much. First of all, I'm grateful to be here.
Okay.
I'm grateful to be a part of something so magnificent. I am grateful that I have my friend. I am grateful that we woke up today.
Yes.
I'm grateful for this beautiful sun that's kissing on our lovely skin, and I am grateful for life.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, I'm going to say what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for, of course, her. I'm going to introduce her a little bit, then I'm going to let her take the lead and introduce herself more in detail. But as you guys know, and probably don't know, my listeners, this is my best friend, Missy. I did a whole episode. You need to go back and watch it, listen to it. Yeah, you can't watch it, but listen to it. Because I did a whole episode about her. The whole podcast was just about her. So now you guys, because we're on video now, can get to see who she is. So this is my best friend, Missy. Hello. Say hi to the listeners. And so I'm grateful for her mostly because she's actually what I prayed for this year. She's actually what I prayed for at the beginning. If we correct beginning of last year, I asked God to send me more women and people. And I told you guys on the podcast also, I asked God to send me more women, people, friends that's more like me, that we can actually iron sharpen iron. Mm-hmm. Because in my past and my friendships that I had in the past, and you guys know, I'm very transparent. It was more of me just pointing into everybody. And I didn't have nobody pointing into me. And then I started feeling depleted. Then I started feeling like when I was going through stuff, I couldn't tell people because I'm just going through stuff by myself. So I feel like, I really truly feel like God sent her in my life.
Well,
she has been such a help in every area. I get on her nerves. Yes, y'all know I get on her nerves because I said that. Mm-hmm. She is also my up-and-coming wedding planner. So pray for her. Not me. Pray for her.
Help me, Jesus.
And so we could just go from there. Just introduce yourself, tell the people about yourself, and we'll go from there.
I am Missy. Well, Quamision is my name. And as Reba stated, this is my bestie. We gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off.
That's right.
I don't really know what you want me to say about myself. I mean, I'm 34. Yeah. I'm a mom. I'm recently divorced as of January, so I'm 6 months in this thing. Pray for me, y'all. I'm healing. I'm loving. I'm trying to figure out this thing and see where God is gonna take me. And I'm just riding this ride called life.
Okay.
And excited to have my girl to ride along with me. And so, yeah, I don't know what else you want me to say, but that's me. Hey.
That is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. So with that being said, where do you see, let's go back. So you said of course, we know you're recently divorced, as
Yes.
I am. You guys know I was recently divorced. It's not recent, but it's been passed. But at the same time, I am the divorcee also. Where do you see yourself in this next process in the healing phase? Because I think we all go through a healing stage.
Yeah.
And we always healing. I tell people this all the time. It's like grief. We always healing. So somebody can't tell you how to heal or when to stop healing. Where do you see yourself in? The next, 6 months, the last 6 months of this year? Where do you see yourself, if you was to say,
Ooh, that's
what
a
God
tough
is helping
one.
you?
Honestly, I'm having a good time not knowing where I'm going to be.
Amen.
Yeah. I'm having a good time relinquishing my control, which is hard for me because I'm like, I need to know what's going to happen. I need to plan that thing.
We all
As
like
you
that.
hear, I'm a wedding planner. I
Right.
need to know what's about to happen, how it's about to look. But I'm enjoying not being the planner of my life. And I'm enjoying not knowing where I'm going, what it's about to look like. I just am trusting God, really. So that's where I am. Within the next 6 months, my goal is to solely remove my hands. Look, we went and seen Inside Out, and the anxiety and all of them was at the control center. I'm just wanting God to be at my control center. So that's my goal for the next 6 months, is to just get my hands up off that thing, because less of me and more of him. That's where I'm at for 6 months. Yeah.
And I think that's important what she just said, because I think I'm anxiety. That was all me. And you guys know that this year I made a declaration to you guys that I was going to conquer this anxiety thing. I've been having anxiety since I can remember, and I got diagnosed with, my little OCD and everything else. But I really believe that it took control of my life so much that even when I was in relationships, instead of my anxiety, it was like anxiety. They didn't see anxiety, they seen control. So it was like, oh, she's so controlling. I hated that. I literally hated that in relationships where my partner will say, I'm so controlling. It's like, you don't even see that I have to have control, but at the same time, it was the anxiety building up. It was the OCD. And if you guys don't know what OCD is, I talked about my mental illness or whatever, because OCD is a mental illness. It is something you can conquer and you can overcome. You don't have to do it with medication, thank God. But it is a daily process to overcome OCD, because everything has to be a certain way, and you got to be, and it's like, so if you're in a relationship, it makes your partner antsy. My partner now, I know he goes in like, oh my God, she gotta have it this way. I get it. And so that kind of correlates with the anxiety, because they go together, and it's taking the control of my life that I wanted to stop.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, with me, I love that you said, okay, I don't know where it's going, but at the end of the day, because we know God, we know that it's going somewhere positive.
Yeah.
And
it's going to keep going.
And it's going to keep on going. Regardless of what storms I feel like we have, God say, I still got this thing.
Absolutely.
I still got you. Now, don't get me wrong. She is a friend that holds me in and brings me together. Because I be having my moments. That's why I really feel like God sent her, because she could wrap me back in. To say, okay.
Not without a fight, though. Don't make it sound like it's sweet.
Wait,
she ain't real Becky easily. Let me get close to the mic.
I was getting to that.
It don't be easy. It be a fight now. She want to beat me up while I'm reeling her back in.
I was getting to that point. It's not easy. And I think because as me and her, we still getting to know each other. And it's just like a relationship. I told y'all guys when I did this friendship podcast, this whole series, it's like getting to know the person all over again, and you're getting to know someone.
Falling in love.
And you falling in love, yes. And so it's like she loves those little things about me, but at the same time, they get on her nerves, but she got to reel me back in like I love this girl. Same way. And I'd be like, oh my God, I know, Missy, I know, Missy. I will fight against the grain.
Stubborn.
I know, okay. She has to be it's going to be sunshines and rainbows, and y'all know, sometimes you don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be sunshines and rainbows, and you know I got you. And be like, just ride with me over this thing real quick.
Her favorite thing is, no, today I just want to be sad. Today, I just want to be mad, Missy. No, today, I don't want to hear that today. I don't care what you want to hear. I'm saying it anyway. Because that's what God placed me in your life for.
I do the same thing with my father. But yes, once they reel me back in, because I am the other person that'll be like, nah, Missy, what we got to do?
Yeah. I
am the person that is, okay, I help. When I hear a problem, I got to help. I got to help. And so I think because God sent her to me is because we so much alike. But I remember my family telling me at one point in time, we don't call you because you always got to figure out the problem.
Yeah, you're a problem solver.
And I took that as an insult.
But why?
Like, when my mom told me that, she said that's why the family don't call you, because you always got to solve the problem.
Why is that an insult?
Because I felt like, don't y'all want the problems to be solved?
No.
Right.
No, they don't. Clearly. They calling you because they want to vent. They ain't calling you because they want you to help them, which is that, I mean, I know that's your family, but baby, you're not the person for me. If you don't want no help, don't call me.
And that's what I said, my exact words.
Yeah.
And they stopped.
Yeah.
They actually
As
stopped.
they should. Thank you, Jesus. They stopped. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord.
They actually stopped. So I think because me and you are so much alike now, I have someone like me. It's like, oh, she gonna try to solve the problem.
Yeah. I think sometimes you be forgetting who you called, though. Sometimes she be forgetting, y'all. She called my phone and then she vent and she be like, just yesterday she called my phone, something happened. And I'm like, but I mean, look at but that's not what I wanted to be. I hear what you saying, but that's not what I want to hear. Okay, but then you didn't want to call me.
Wait, let's state the facts. I did not call her for 24 hours when the situation happened, okay?
Because she knew.
Because I knew.
She knew.
Not to call this girl, because I'm like, oh my God, I just couldn't get out of it. It was like I was stuck in that. And then the next morning I woke up, I was like, okay.
Now I can call Missy.
Now I can call her and tell her, you know. So with that being said, when your friendships, okay, so I know me, but your other friendships, family ships or whatever, explain to the audience, like, what is the relationship and can they take your energy? Because you have a strong personality.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that's how we actually connected. We connected to backstory on an old job, and she's the director of the Boys and Girls Club. So we connected by me working at the Boys and Girls Club, you guys knew. And so it was just like her energy was so strong. I was like, oh, I need that. And I gravitated to her so quickly. So
some people can either gravitate toward me or run away from me. It ain't no in between.
Yeah.
Either you could take it or you can't. Same way with her. Yeah. Either people can take your personality or they can't take it. But I think that it took me years to not change who I was. Okay. And to not feel like, oh, I gotta dumb myself down because people can't take me. Because take me or leave me, I am who I am. Yeah. So I try to, I won't say that I dumb myself down, but I quiet down a little bit. Yeah. I think there's a difference between the two. Like we are both very loud and like, hey, here I am, you know. And some people be like, whoa, like I don't need all that right now. Right. So sometimes I do have to quiet down. I have to have situational awareness. That is what I like to say. So some situations don't call for my personality to be very big and very loud.
See, me, I just come in there.
I know, right?
Y'all gonna take this.
I know, right?
I never thought about it like that.
I really learned that ability on my job. Okay. Because I'm in a lot of meetings where it don't call for me to be that loud and obnoxious person. Yeah. I'm in a lot of situations where I got to meet with, super important people. So I can't be my regular, loud, crazy, sometimes ghetto self. Yeah. I just can't, so I quiet down. But in my relationships, I'm kind of just like, okay, like, you know me. Like, when we established our relationship, you were very well aware of who I was. Right. So at this point in my life, it's either take me or leave me. It's like, okay, you know who I am, you know what I'm about, you know how I talk, I agree. And I'm just not gonna change that for you. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just can't do that. I even in my marriage, I kind of oftentimes had to change who I was to fit his personality or to not, ruffle his feathers. And baby, not doing that no more.
I know.
Not doing that no more.
It's something about when, and nothing against people that we're not here to gloat divorce, but it's nothing. It's something about when you find your voice. And I think I talked about that a lot when I got divorced. I finally found my voice. And when I was married before, it was more like like she just said, I dumbed myself down. It was just like, okay, but you knew I was this person I was saying. And we was with our partners for years. This wasn't small years. And it's like, I never changed to being the person I am, but it started, oh, he can't take this or stuff like that. So it started making you feel bad.
But you know what I want to say?
Insecurity part.
Let me just put out there that, and not defending our guys or who they were, but they never once verbally said, dumb yourself down.
They didn't.
They never once verbally told us to change who we were. It's just that sometimes you feel like if you want to maintain a relationship, then you gotta physically change who you are. You complain about stuff for so long that they doing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And then finally you be like, okay, just let me just go ahead and be the one to bite the bullet and change who I am.
Right.
And really, it really ain't even about you changing who you is. It's just about that season being over. And I think that's what I've learned in my relationships too. I'm learning that it ain't necessarily nothing that's wrong with me or nothing that's wrong with you. It could just be that our time is over. It's ran its course and it's done. And our personalities just ain't matching. Like no matter what changes you try to make, at the end of the day, I am me, you are you. And we just ain't two people that's meant to be one. And that's fine.
It goes back to seasons of friendships. I tell people all the time, when I did the season podcast of the friendships, I said sometimes we have people in a place where they're supposed to be seasonal and it was permanent. And so when our feelings get hurt, like, oh my God, how did he do that to me? And be like, you had them in a permanent situation that they are supposed to be in a permanent situation in the first place.
Temporary. You supposed to have your permit and you want your driver's license.
Come on. You supposed to have them in a temporary situation. And I think we do that a lot because we do it with our partners. We do it when we get married, you know, instead of us waiting on God, even with friendships and asking God. I think the reason why I asked God, because I was tired. I was just tired of being tired. I was tired of, we all gonna go through stuff. We all gonna go through storms. But I got tired of being the one that everybody come to me. Yeah. It was times I would answer the phone and I'm literally crying before I answer the phone, and they would never know. Because it was just like, hello? Reba, I need blah, 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 and you have to put on this whole brave face and can't say, you do know I was sitting here crying. That happened a lot when I was going through my divorce. Literally a lot. And the people knew I was going through my divorce. It was like, okay,
I still need you.
I still need you. And then it went back to something that my mother said to me one day that I was just like, I said, my mother, she said, you my strong daughter. You're my strong child. I don't have to worry about you. And I said it to her on the phone. I said, I don't want to be strong though sometimes. That's the whole point. I want you to be concerned about me. I think because our personalities are so strong and we already, like we said, boisterous in the light, that people don't expect us to go into those deep, dark, sad moments.
Yeah. How many times people done said to me, ooh, you handling this so well.
Right.
You healing so well. I mean, I will be in the corner crying, baby. I am in the corner. I just don't let you see me in my corner. My corner is my secret place.
Exactly.
God see me with all the tears.
Exactly.
You see me. Everybody, you know, I got my certain people who I share my vulnerable moments with. But I also feel like, too, knowing who you are and knowing your personality, and you know that everybody views you as a strong person, I've now started to change my prayers. Okay, so God, I need you to equip me to always have to pour out. Okay. So that God pour into me so much so that it gives me room to be able to continue to pour out. Because it's clear at some point, okay, Lord, I can't change this. Now you done made me to be this person that everybody want to call. Yeah. You done made me to be this person that's the problem solver for all these people. So now I need you to fully equip me to be in that role. Okay. Instead of me like running away from it, because okay, God, it's clear. It's a reason. It's a reason why you put me on their mind to call my phone and help them solve all their problems when I don't really know how to solve my own problems. So I don't know how I'm gonna solve yours. So we can figure that thing out. I try to figure it out for you. But Lord, equip me. Armand said that to me. He was like, you need to know that God is about to put you in positions where you won't have to continue to pour out. So my prayer for you is that God continues to pour into you and put people in your life that's gonna pour into you instead of always looking for you to pour out. So just change your prayer.
I like that.
Equip me. I need the equipment.
Yes, please. Because I think at the time,
give me the full armor.
right now. Okay. I think I do, because I think at those times I was like, every time it seemed like I was going through something, somebody would call me and I'd be like, God, for real, you just gonna have me? And it's natural for me though. I even told William that. I was like, it's just natural for me. They call me and I can't focus on me.
But do you
But
think
I think
it's because
those
God
times,
wants you to snap out of it?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I think those times that God said, now I got a bigger focus for you, that I don't need you to focus on yourself. I got that. This is what I equipped you to do. This is your gift I gave you.
Yeah.
So I need you to be this person I need you to be. So, yep, I'm going to keep on having you answer that phone. Because we can't not answer the phone.
Keep in mind, we be having her phone on Do Not Disturb.
All the time.
I'm the friend that's going to keep calling, though. Don't care that it's on Do Not Disturb. I'm going to call and keep calling. Because if you call, some people have that setting on their phone.
She got
you
the
can
favorites.
call multiple times. And then when I text her and say Do Not Disturb, notify anyway. Because I don't care about your Do Not Disturb. I'm disturbing you. I don't care. I'm notified anyway. I got something to say.
I agree.
But you be need. I feel like you need that though. You
Yeah.
need people to call you and snap you out of it.
I do.
Because my friend, y'all, help her, Lord. My friend takes days. She be like, no, I'm sitting in the bed all day. I'm not moving. This is the space I want to be in. And no, snap out of it. Get up.
I would.
Get up.
I would.
No. And that's why
And
that's why we argue, because I be
anybody.
snapping her out of
I wouldn't
it.
tell nobody. I just be like, I'm sitting in the house.
I don't want to
Why
be
you
bothered
sitting in the
today.
house? Is you sitting in the house because you want to sit in the house, or you sitting in the house? Why? And
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, I can't.
Can't even.
I
she
can't
don't
even
have
have
nothing
it
to say.
alive.
Thank the Lord that I have tough skin.
Right.
She's tough, y'all. Help me, God. Help me, Holy Ghost. I be really praying that God equipped me to be Reba friend. Because, y'all, she's so headstrong. Baby, if she want to sit and be sad, I'm going to sit and be sad. And you can shut up talking to me because this is what I feel like doing today. And then I just have to yell at her and snap her out of it. And then she get mad. We might have a slight argument. And then 2 minutes later, she's like, I'm sorry, friend.
I do.
I love you.
I do.
Yeah.
But I also do think that sometimes with healing and therapy and stuff like that, they have taught us to just sit in it.
Yeah, you need a
So
moment.
You need a moment. Now a moment.
But just a moment.
Now a moment.
Just a moment, not a whole long time. Okay? Let's publicly say that. People, heal, have your moment, feel your feelings, but
Right.
just do it for just a minute.
Yeah.
Like maybe you need to set the timer.
I do.
Like just to give yourself till the alarm go off and then.
Because I
Get
said,
up.
I kept on trying to shake that thing the other day, and I kept on looking outside at that car, and I was like, I ain't coming back.
Yeah. And here I go, but nobody died. Nobody died. Nobody died. Nobody got injured. Nobody was even in the car.
That not in our car, but it was two
They
injuries
not-
on the other car.
Praise the Lord, they are right. Okay,
Right.
but they not. I mean, okay, Lord, don't strike me down. They not my concern. Okay, you wasn't sitting in that corner being sad for them. You was sitting in your corner being sad for that car. Okay, and so thank the Lord. It's just a car.
It's just a car.
It's just a car.
I agree.
Yeah.
So with that being said, how do you think your relationship? Because I love. Okay, so our daughters are two peas in a pod.
Mhm,
They are
besties.
They are Missy and Reba. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I love that your daughter is strong-willed. She's very, for her to be only 4, baby. Y'all don't know her. Okay.
She's 44.
Little Kenzie is 44. Okay. But how do you think that your personality right now as a mother and as a woman of God correlates to your daughter growing up, being who she needs to be, everything else? Because I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
God gave me her for
He
a reason.
did.
Yeah. It was so funny. God spoke to me clear when I was pregnant and said, I knew I was having a girl. I wanted a boy. I wanted a boy because I didn't want to deal with me. Okay. But I knew I was having a girl because he needed me to face me and he needed me to figure out like how to tame myself. I've always had a loud, boisterous personality, but it took my whole life for me to figure out how to tame myself.
Right.
Because you ain't got to be loud all the time. You ain't got to be
Yeah.
like, it's all about me. Hey, I'm here. Like
Right.
sometimes your light could be so bright that it burn people.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
for
Dropping nuggets today.
yeah, I know
feel
that's
it.
right. Thank you, Lord. The Lord gave it to me, y'all. That was good. That was good. Write that down. But anyway, sometimes your light could just be too bright. And so I'm learning that with my daughter, her light sometimes could be a bit much. Her baby, Naraya, can be very like demure, very quiet, very timid, but at the same time, don't let her fool you because she's not.
But
she can be a little quiet. My baby could be just a bit too much for her sometimes. But I love it because as their relationship is developing, Naraya's starting to check her. Like, stop doing that. Don't talk to me like that. Like, don't do that. So I'm learning to kind of back up and allow my baby's journey to be what it needs to be. Just like I had to learn that for myself.
I love that.
But it's hard. It's hard because I want to like put tape over her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and put her in a little bubble because, girl, calm down. Why you doing so much? But motherhood is a journey, child. It's a journey because you can't take the you out of them, which is hard.
Yeah, it is.
You can't take the you out of them. And our daughters are both us.
Yes, because every time I complained about Naraya, and I remember when I was talking to my mom, and she like, but that's you. And I was like, I did that? She was like, yes, you did.
Then you be in denial about it, like, no, that wasn't me. I don't recall being that way.
I don't recall being like my daughter.
Yeah.
And my mother like, yeah, Naraya was you. If you didn't want to do something, you was very outspoken. I didn't want to do it. You want to do something, you're very outspoken. I'm going to do it. She said you was just too strong-willed. She said sometimes I used to be like, Reba, you can't say that. I do remember in high school, she had told me to stop making looks and telling people I don't like them. I was very honest in high school. This was a bad thing. Good and bad, I'll say that. So people in high school, I was very popular, but I was, a part of the crowd and all that stuff. But if I don't like you, you knew I didn't like you. So if you came to sit next to me and then you try to be my friend, I'd be like, I really don't like you.
Ooh.
I used to say it.
You're so harsh.
Yeah. And I did. And so my big sister was like, one day you're going to get beat up. You can't say
well,
that.
Well, thank the Lord you knew how to fight.
Right. Exactly. So I was like, not me. Hard shell. But then when my mother set me down, she was like, Reba, you can't do that. You cannot do that. That's rude. And I'm like, but you supposed to be honest with people. You always tell me to be honest. Now, mind you, I told y'all I am the honest child. Out of all 6, she said she used to come to me like, if they lied, Reba gonna tell the truth. I tell them myself, I hit them. I sure did. It's like,
can y'all imagine a little her, just a hot mess?
Yes. So it's like she's just too strong. But I think as mothers, because we're learning our daughters, it's helping us.
Absolutely. I'm growing while they growing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think even with over the last year, me and my mother's relationship, as y'all know, is a little broken right now. And so we believe in God. It's going to be healed. But until then, I think it's making me love on my daughter more.
Absolutely.
Because I think I was a little hard on my daughter more because of everything I was going through, everything I went through with my ex-husband or whatever. And intentionally but unintentionally, I was hard on her.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's my baby girl. You know
and
what I'm saying?
And
I
you
asked for this
experiencing
girl.
like anxiety and you experiencing all of these things. It's hard because I'm experiencing all of these feelings. I don't went through this divorce. I'm sad. I'm grieving. I'm anxious. I'm mad. Every 5 minutes, my feelings is changing. A song could come on the radio and it done piss me off because why would you play this song and you know I ain't got the love I used to have? And then I'm mad and I'm in my feelings, but then in my back seat, Mommy, can I have some McDonald's? No, stop talking to me. But then it's like, okay, check yourself or you wreck yourself because it's not their problem.
It's not.
You know,
it's
not their problem. I did this video on Facebook where I talked about you go through storms, right? And you got your kids through the storm with you, and it's raining and it's raining. But what gets wet the most when you in the rain? Your feet.
Your feet.
And where the kids at? At your feet. Yeah. So during your storm, they getting wet way more than you.
Dang.
Way more than you.
Dang. Y'all see why I love her? She over here dropping nuggets.
During your storm, baby,
this is
they
not gonna
get
be the only
soaked.
podcast she be on.
You know, you got a umbrella, right? And the umbrella is covering your head, it is covering your shoulders, and it's covering this, but your feet still get wet. Umbrella can't keep your feet dry. It's not happening. So them babies is getting soaked. You got to be conscious of how you treating your kids when you in your storm, and that's your hardest time to be a mother. Because I'm sad, but I still got to get up. I still got to clothe you. I still got to feed you. I still got to talk to you. You still got your own set of problems that I don't want to deal with. You still peeing on yourself and all type of stuff, having nightmares. I still got to do all that stuff, but I'm going through it. I'm going through it. So maybe that's why God gave us these kids. Snap out of it.
Yeah.
Can't sit in that place for too long.
Oof.
That's why I said set your timer. All right, so next time you're having a problem, ladies and gentlemen out there, take your phone, set your handy dandy timer, and give yourself just a little bit of time. It's okay, give yourself a timeout. Lock yourself in the bathroom. You got your kids, go in the bathroom, close the door, set your timer.
I think mine is I go in the tub. I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta take a bath.
She's gonna turn into a prune, a dried up prune.
I gotta take a bath. I think that day I was like,
That's her secret place.
Where am I gonna take a bath?
That's her secret place, y'all. She love the bathtub.
I do.
My place is the plane. Okay,
Mine is.
I'm going through it. Get me on a trip, and then I'll be all right. As soon as I get back, I'm good. I'm good. Just take me on
That's
vacation.
funny.
And I'm okay.
Y'all know I went. Okay, so over the last week, I went to New Orleans for a whole week, and it's funny she said that because when we got back, I told William, I said, I just realized I just need to be on plane, just to be on the plane.
Absolutely.
I said the turbulence don't bother me. Nothing bothers me. Long as you get me in the air and take me somewhere, I am good. It's like, oh my God, the mental clarity I gotta say that I had when I came back, just for them 7 days of not being a mama, not being a wife, not being.
I mean, you technically was a wife, just not during certain hours.
Right. I can't stand. So not doing that, it was like you had nobody but to worry about.
I want y'all to know that before she left, she's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I did.
The hotel in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. And every day I'm having a time, girl. I done ate this. I done went this place. She had the time of her life
by myself.
Yeah.
And that was the funny part because this was the first time I ever did something by myself that I had the courage to say, you can do this.
Oh, friend, God just gave me this as you talking.
Come on.
Listen here. It's good. You ready?
Yeah.
You always go into situations thinking you know what the outcome is going to be. Thinking you know how you're going to feel while it's happening. Thinking you're going to know how you're going to receive it. How it's going to make you feel. How it's going to make you look. All of this stuff.
Right.
Stop doing that.
Yes.
Stop doing that. Because it's never what you think it's going to be. Ever. So just trust the process.
You know where I get that from? It's trauma.
Yeah.
My mom. Every time as a kid, we used to bring up stuff. She always got to give us the negative before she give us the positive, right?
But you are not your mother.
So then I'm not. And she used to say, but I'm trying to give you the reality. And they'd be like,
that's not the reality, baby. It's your reality. It's not mine.
That is not what we asked. We just asked to go to cheerleader practice. Somebody might snatch you on the way to walk into the school. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. Can I just go and know?
But stop going into them situations thinking you know what's going to happen because it never happens the way you think it's going to happen.
Never.
It never does. I want y'all to know that. My friend be a worrying, what's a W name? A worrying Walter. That's who you
What they call it? A worrying wart.
Yes. She be worrying. Stop worrying, friend.
Yeah.
Everything always works out.
You know what? You say what you used to say to me when I used to work at the Boys and Girls Club.
What I used to say, girl?
You say every morning you used to wake up and say, everything
always works out for me.
Yep.
That's not me. My mama said that. Okay, just so y'all know. My mother says that, and I just adopted it from her. But it really does. Everything always works out. But here's the thing: it may not work out the way you think it's supposed to work out. It works out the way God says it's supposed to work out. Before you even open your eyes, your story already written.
Yeah.
So you just kind of gotta just take it with a grain of salt and be like, okay, Lord, this is what you said it's supposed to be. So have your way.
Yeah, because that's what she used to say to me at the Boys and Girls Club. I used to come down and say, "That's Missy."
I knew we was friends, y'all, when we was praying in the bathroom.
Right.
At the Boys and Girls Club. When we was praying in that bathroom, I said, this is my friend.
I said,
we friends for real.
She was like, you got to just start saying everything always works out for me.
Everything always works out.
Everything always works out for me. So my last question would be about love. Where do you see yourself? Even though I know we gradually going. We gradually doing this thing however God wanted. But do you desire to get married again?
Yes.
Explain about that.
Yes. Meet me at the altar.
I know that's right.
Yes, I do. I want to get married again.
Don't cry my wedding.
I want to get married again, okay? Everybody, I want to get married. I'm not anti-love.
Amen.
I am not anti-love. I just didn't have the right love at the right time. And I won't even say that it wasn't even the right love. Because that man loved me. He just didn't know how. He still loved me. Hello, is he watching this? Because I know you love me. If you out there. No, but it just wasn't our time. So I do believe that God is a miracle worker. And so
Y'all in my ear.
if he, oh, y'all see that bumblebee? But if he could,
'Cause I smell good.
if God decides that he want to rehab that thing and give me that thing back, I'm okay with that. If he want to give me something new, I'm okay with that. But I will say that throughout my marriage, I feel like I put my love that I have with my husband before my love that I should have maintained with God.
Yes.
And so right now, God is loving me something so different, y'all. And really, let me just rephrase that, because God ain't loving me different. He's always loved me the same. I'm loving him different. And I'm loving me different.
Yeah.
So really, these 6 months, my main objective is just to love God and love me. And with all of that, God gonna give me what he needs to give me. And he gonna give me, if he give me the man that he needs to give me, that's cool. If he don't, that's cool, because he all the man I need right now.
That's right.
I'm just loving on, God is my
I love
husband,
it.
y'all. I'm just loving on my husband.
That's why I tell people, he knows, William knows. I tell people all the time, my friends, because most of my friends are single, stop being in a rush to get married. Because you don't even know what it equipped and it entails. And I'm telling you,
Child,
you
it's a
guys,
lot of work.
it's work. Marriage is beautiful. Now, don't get me wrong, marriage is beautiful, but when you in the right one, it can be beautiful. But you got them trials and tribulations, let me tell you, okay? But you gotta be with someone that's gonna endure those trials and tribulations with you, that wants to, that ain't gonna come at your head. Y'all going to this spiritual warfare together, that y'all are attacking these, because first of all, this is what I was telling my friend yesterday. Why do y'all think that God designed marriage the way he designed it? Because he said it's the closest thing, it's the number one thing, is how Christ loved the church. Marriage is the number one thing that he compares to him dying on the cross. That's strong. If a lot of more people knew that he really looks at marriage as number one. That's why I say, when I get married, I don't play about marriage.
No.
I don't play about
and
my
if
person.
you don't love me the way God loves, let me tell you something. When you get in that word, baby, and you see what love really is and what love really means in the Bible, it'll make you not want no man on earth.
Come on.
You talking about, do I want a man right now? Nope. Not if you don't love me the way that word say you're supposed to love me. Baby, I want the love of Christ. Man, that love is something so deep.
It is.
Like, through everything, through all of my mistakes, through all of my flaws, through all of my everything, you still love me. God, you still love me, and I forgot about you. I forgot to talk to you. I forgot to be there with you. I forgot to spend time with you.
I make a choice to sin against you, doing
man,
the things that I know, and you still love me.
Like, and it ain't like, no, you only love me a little bit today.
Right.
You love me a little bit
still
tomorrow.
love me the same.
It's the same. Big old love. So if I can't get that type of love, I don't want it at all. I ain't even gonna lie to you, friend.
And I think that's where we both was at. I think that's when I went through my divorce. I was just like, because I started really, really gravitating into, no, I only want a love that God gonna love me.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna sit here and judge me for what I did, said, or whatever, like, you perfect, we got a whole problem.
Yeah, it ain't gonna
we gonna be doing daggers. You did this, I did that. You ain't going into marriage, both of y'all being perfect, just because you found the perfect person and your soulmate, what they call it or whatever. I call William my purpose partner. Why? It's because we have a purpose on this earth to create, and it's a destiny for us to finish. It's not for us. Our marriage is not for us. Our marriage is for other people. Our marriage is to anoint and for other people to see God, not to see us.
Absolutely.
Because if you're gonna see me, baby, like she just told you, I'm a hot mess and a half. Okay, you might not want to be able to take me, because you're gonna run for the hills.
Run for your life.
I am not the one to take. And so when I think about that, and I think about how God designed me for a woman of God, marriage, and prepared me for this thing.
Let me just say, I'm so happy that my friend got the love she got. Baby, it's good.
Thank you.
It's good, y'all. One thing you could do, for me being a wife, I recognize real when the real is real, okay, and when the fake is fake. And they got something real, baby. They got something real. I love that for them, for you, and for him, and for all of that, and for them kids.
But she knows.
I love it. They love it so good. It's so good. The journey is so beautiful because y'all both growing. You know, you growing a whole lot, and healing from trauma and all of that stuff. And for somebody to be able to sit in your healing with you is a big deal.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Thank you. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting right here. Y'all know he's the producer of this podcast.
Listen, I do too. I love him too. I love
Everybody
him,
love Will. Everybody love Will.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with that being said, anything else you have to say to the peoples?
No, not really. I mean, keep on loving. Don't let nothing scar you from loving, because love is love, and I don't care what nobody. Love ain't really pain, but it comes with it.
Yes.
So, what did Joy say in the movie? She said, I think it was in the first Inside Out. Mm-hmm. She said, Sadness and Joy was trying to figure out how they was gonna co-mingle, and she didn't want Sadness to take over, and she realized at the end of the movie, Sadness, I need you.
Right.
Because I can't really acknowledge joy without sadness. So don't just sit up in your sad corner, because joy gonna come later.
Yes.
Yeah, joy gonna always come. So yeah, keep watching my friend. Like, subscribe, love, all that. Share it, all that stuff. Tune in. She got great things coming. This is her purpose. This is her husband's purpose. Baby, they doing big things.
Yes.
So tune in, because the show just getting started.
It's just getting started. Y'all just don't even know.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I was so excited. Thank you for coming.
This was a time.
And pouring in. I knew. I just knew.
Yeah, we don't have the time here. I love it.
All right. I thank you guys for listening. I thank you, your subscribers again. Like, share, and subscribe. Put the podcast, share it to social media, Instagram. I am the Breakthrough Coach on everything. So you can find me everywhere. And thank you for having me. Well, coming and not having me, but coming. This is her podcast. She is great. But I love you.
Love you, friend.
And I'll see y'all guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.